Going here, do a little hacking of the mainframe. See how many new subscribers. How many new subscribers did I get? 17 subscribers! Woo! Winning at live! I'm winning at live! What up, internet? Must be another what's in my record collection. Cause I've got my sexy Atari PJs on. Don't get too excited. You need to take a minute to change your shorts. I understand. This is pretty hot stuff. Pretty hot. Anyways, it's time for the choosering! That's where, if you've never been to the show before, that's where I choose the record that we're going to listen. We don't know what we're going to listen to. Oh, I wanted to make a little note before I do the choosering. Some of my YouTube fans, use that term very loosely, more like some of my friends who actually go watch my videos, because nobody else will. I'm looking at you, Wild Dinosaur. And Sheepdog were like, you really need to, why aren't you telling people in the description for your tagline or whatever the fuck, what you're going to be reviewing? And the reason I don't do that, and it's a good one, I think, is because I'm trying to, this is supposed to be fun. It's kind of like a surprise. It's like you look at it and you're like, oh, episode number 3, I haven't seen that one yet. And then you got to tune in and be like, well, what is it that he's, reviewing today? So, because nobody gets with the internet now and your iPhones, nobody gets surprised. They just don't. So, my show's a surprise. That's just the way it's gonna be. I may do a thing like on Instagram, maybe like, I don't know, a couple days later, I'll flash the cover, and then you can, if you want to wait and see what it is, you can. Not be surprised if you're that type of person. But so that's the deal for that. Okay, now it's time to choose this motherfucking record. Let's go over here to the record collection. Last time, I chose from the left, I believe, and since no motherfuckers chimed in, all 17 of my subscribers could have said something, and they didn't say shit, because probably only like 2 of them actually saw any of the other videos. Last time Wild Dinosaur said to the left, and he was the only one who gave an opinion. There's another thing I suppose I should explain if you haven't seen the show. You get to choose normally what I choose from. So I could, if you say choose from the left, I choose from the left. If you say choose from the right, I choose from the right. If you say choose from the middle, I choose from the middle. Now, nobody did that this week. I'm looking at you. Maybe next week you'll do it if you bothered to watch the show. And you'll say, choose from the left. Choose from the... Yeah, you get it. Okay. So today I'm going to do... Okay, I'm closing my eyes right now. I'm just moving around. We're going to go from the middle because I didn't... God damn it. Somebody needs to move this record collection. Alright, I'm just gonna choose right, cut it in the middle here. What do we get? What do we get? Oh, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be so exciting. Are you excited? I'm excited. Star Trek, A Voyage Home. Star Trek, I'm terrible with them. Is that 4? A Voyage Home. It's the one with the whale? Fuck yeah, it's a good one. The nuclear vessels are in Alameda. If you didn't know that, you haven't seen the... Anyways, alright, I'm gonna listen to this motherfucker, and I'll be back, and then we'll give it a, gonna give it a good old-fashioned Ninja Mind Control review. Oh, pardon me. I'm just waking up from having just listened to the soundtrack because it was boring as fuck. Alright. End of review. That's fucking weird. Let's give it a proper review. Alright, come on, soundtrack. Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's go back over here to the review couch. Star Trek IV: A Voyage Home. I think that you should watch the movie. If you've never seen the movie before, you should definitely watch the movie. The movie's good. I think two of the most beloved Star Trek films are Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan and Star Trek IV: A Voyage Home. It's not that bad. It's a perfectly serviceable soundtrack for the movie. But if you're just sitting there listening to it, it's just boring. There's not, unlike the original series with that sweet Star Trek theme that we all know, and Star Trek: The Original Motion Picture, which has the theme that they used for later on for Star Trek: The Next Generation, if you've ever heard of that show. I like both of those themes. I think they're really good, well-written music. This is just pretty stock movie soundtrack music. They revisit, I think, both of those other themes in this, just in little hints, in the middle of like the main title or whatever. But basically, this album goes from, let's see here, boring to downright fucking annoying. They have this, where is it? Where are these guys? Performed by the Yellow Jackets. That's Market Street. I looked them up while I was listening to this, because I was bored to tears. And the Yellow Jackets were a jazz fusion band, I think, that formed in the 70s, and then I don't know, I guess they were getting jobs like this in the 80s. It's just about the worst of every type of keyboard, easy listening jazz music from the 80s. Pretty, I think you should go listen to Market Street for 30 seconds just so you can laugh at how fucking awful it is and how dated it sounds. I mean, that's one thing about this album. I mean, the sound, the score parts, like I said, perfectly serviceable, kind of, what's his name? John Williams? Is that dude's name? Inspired, bombastic, the music I think mostly fits the scenes. I think if you watch this movie, you won't even notice the music, which, whatever, that's fine, I suppose, if it's just there to support the movie. But it's always nice. I fucking love soundtracks, man. The two types of music I love the most are, as you can see over here, shred guitar and movie soundtracks. There's a bunch of movie soundtracks over there. You'll be hearing. There's much better movie soundtracks than this. So, if you're like, oh my god, this guy just has crap movie soundtracks in his collection, that's all we're gonna hear. No, in the future there might be, hopefully, something better than The Voyage Home. Yeah, I can't recommend this. Boring overall. Boring. What else there to say about this album? This could be. Excuse me, sorry, indigestion. This is gonna be a fucking short review, man. Composed by Leonard Rosenman. Leonard Rosenman. Rosenman. Leonard Rosenman. I'd never heard of the guy before I before I listened to this, and then I looked him up when I was listening to it. He did do some notable things in the past. He did the soundtrack for the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings, which I kind of now would like to listen to see if it. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, but I kind of like to listen to it to see if it's any good. He also did RoboCop 2, another film gem that you should avoid at all costs. So, it looked like he had a long career, too. He had a shitload of movies, but most of them I had not heard of. I mean, he looks like he did the bulk of his work, like, I don't know, 60s and 70s and stuff. What else there to say about this album? Yeah, let's talk about the artwork a little bit. I mean, the back is pretty standard movie stuff. They've got some, some cool pics from the film. I do like some of them. I really like this one right here. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's very difficult to see with this fucking camera, but just kind of looks like the old school special effects, which I kind of like the old dated special effects as opposed to all the new CGI shit. Just kind of boring. kind of neat. So yeah, nothing exciting, blah blah blah, all pretty serviceable shit. Now the front, kind of fun. I don't know if you can see that, but that's supposed to be San Francisco. And they got the Golden Gate Bridge coming in, you got the Transamerica building. And this little rendition of San Francisco, not accurate. That's not really what it looks like. Golden Gate Bridge doesn't come in right to downtown. It's looking the whole other side of the city. It's actually another bridge called the Bay Bridge that comes in downtown. So they fudged that a little bit. This whole downtown area is not done correctly, but you know, whatever. I'll write them a letter and write. See, we'll write MCA Records a letter. Your shit's all fucked up. Why's your shit stupid? So I'm sure they're totally gonna listen to me. What else about it? I like this. I like how the Star Trek 4 theme is coming in to destroy San Francisco. I mean, we're always taught to be worried about, you know, rogue asteroids and shit, but I kind of feel like wouldn't that be a way to go? You know, what if your city was destroyed by the Star Trek 4 Voyage Home theme? Not theme. What do you call that? Title. What did I pay for this? $2.99. Can you see it? $2.99. Probably overpaid for it. Oh, and that's you can't. Can you see that? Amoeba. Go if you live near an Amoeba. Go and support your local Amoeba before they go out of business. We need record stores to stay in business. I think. Nobody gives a shit what I think. Go buy records. Go actually walk out to the record store and buy it. And, you know, I don't know, talk to the people at the record store. We should be doing that. It should be like a community. We should be a community. Nobody's gonna fucking listen to me. They're like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go to Amazon, order my shit. Yeah, so I guess to sum it up, you don't need to listen to Star Trek for the Voyage Home soundtrack. I just got it because, I like soundtracks and I love Star Trek, so I was like, I'm kind of a completist. I really wanted, I'd really like to own all of them, just to have them, right? You know, look, I doubt I'm good. How often I would even listen to this? Which is kind of weird to even have it. Then I don't know. Maybe we'll get rid of it someday and just keep the good ones. More like a completist thing than a music listening thing. Don't listen to the soundtrack. Oh well, wait a minute. Sorry. I think you should go maybe to YouTube and see if they have it on. You know, if they have the soundtrack on there, or even just Market Street, just to see how bad some of that music was. If you're a fan of bad music, you know, Market Street from Star Trek 4, Voyage to Save the Whales. Well, that's the other funny thing. They saved the whales in this movie, which, if you didn't live in the 80s, you don't know that was a big deal. That they were fucking Save the Whale fucking bumper stickers everywhere. Save the whales, save the whales. I think we pretty much give it up. We don't give a shit about the whales anymore. But they cared in the 80s so much that they made a movie about it. I think that's it. Go watch the movie if you want to hear the soundtrack, but you don't need to listen to the soundtrack. Yep, that's my recommendation. All right, internet, late.